कर लूँ कि एक बार मेरा स्क्रीन अगर मैं विंड
We are like
okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to this live session. This session is regarding the roadmap which we are going to follow from like campus to
Hi
career.
प्रतीक आपकी आवाज हेलो
Hello. Am I
हाँ
clearly
प्रतीक
audible?
यस अभी हम शुरू करते हैं ना लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस देन वी कैन स्टार्ट ओके
Okay.
Yeah. So, good evening, all. This is Vishal from Cypher School. I hope you all are doing well. So, today we are going to talk about something that every aspiring developer is curious about. That is how to become a full stack developer in 2026, right? So, the tech industry is evolving rapidly, and many students often feel confused like what to learn, which technologies to focus on, and how to prepare for internship and for placements. So, this session is designed to answer exactly those questions. And to help us to understand the complete roadmap, we have Prateek sir with us. So, welcome, sir. Before we begin, so could you please introduce yourself and share a little bit about your journey with the students?
Yeah. Hi Vishal. Hi. Hi students, welcome to this live session. And as Vishal has said, this session is around the guidance, you can say, the campus to career from zero to hero, right? It's a full stack roadmap which we are going to have around this session. So once again, hello everyone. I'm Pratik Ras, and I'm a full stack developer and a software like a mentor in Cypher School. On the tech stack is completely Moon stack, which I've been working through, and like I have like around 2.5 years, 2.5 years of experience. Throughout my career, I've built multiple websites. Like either it was a front end, back end, or completely a full stack applications I have worked upon. And apart from being a full stack developer, I've been mentoring around like multiple students. The count, if I exactly count, around I will say more than 500 students I've mentored in my previous journey as well. Since this journey is going to be around your month start, which I'm supposed to guide you around these things. Here we are supposed to discuss what you as a developer should opt out while learning the complete the roadmap which you are supposed to have. So first thing, let me explain you some of the tech stacks which I have worked in my previous roles and in fact in my entire journey, which I have like used to guide students. So students, mainly I've been working around React for the front end part, and like for back end part, I've been like mentoring the students while teaching. I've been using Node.js, Express.js, or for the database, I've been teaching around MongoDB and MySQL. Okay, mainly if I talk about front end part, like I've been using Tailwind CSS, and you know that like these students, if I talk about like current market scenarios, many of the students either they are from like they are learning in universities and colleges. They are like they are well familiar with the Git and GitHub commands, right? Correct. And I hope some of you are familiar with the deployment websites. You can refer to any of the website, like you may have used Vercel, right? For your application to deploy or keep your application somewhere. From there on, the users are going to have the advantage of your applications, right? So I have like I'm well versed in these websites like Vercel, Netlify, and many of the websites. And apart from such things, I've been also mentoring students like on different tech stack like and DevOps and cloud computing, which I have recently been teaching students. So this is my brief introduction around this tech stacks. Okay. Before just beginning this particular session, so let me clarify one thing. This session is going to be around 1.5 hour. I will, though I will try to summarize a little bit earlier so that this is not gonna be like too much heavy kind of thing for you. Okay. So let me ask a simple question, students. be honest while responding. Do you know what is full stack web development? Are you familiar with, or are you just a beginner who is just stepping inside this particular tech world? You can write in the chat box, or you can simply respond here. I will see you answer accordingly, and I will ultimately I'm going to respond on the same thing. But I'm just being curious. I'm trying to gain some information from you so that I can give you some guidance around such things. So my simple question: do you know what is full stack web development? You can write in the chat box. Let the session be interactive. Come on and share your thought process, your ideas. Right? Let me see. Or I will simply refer to Visala as well. If you know it, that is okay. You can respond over here.
Yeah, I think like full stack is combined of two words, like front end and the back end part. The one who know the both the things that we can simply call it as a full stack developer.
Okay. I'm not seeing any response here in the chat box, though I believe the sessions should be interactive from both in
Pratik,
my as well
students
as
are
yours in as well.
like they are interacting in the comment section. You can see.
I'm not seeing any like chat section. I'm not seeing. It's not visible to me. I think I
Yeah, in
should log in or
no need. In the right hand side now, you got an option of private chat and comments. Just click on the comment part.
okay. Received. Yes. Thanks for letting me know, Vishal. And yes, of course, I've seen some of the responses. I'm a beginner, more of a vibe coder. Oh, vibe coder. Yes. Okay. So make it very simpler. Let me make it very simpler in a general scenario, or rather, I will say realistic kind of thing. So many of us, like including me, Vishal, and people around you, or you yourself, students, you may have visited restaurants occasionally,
Ah,
not occasionally, like on several occasions, you may have visited. Either it was a birthday of your friend, your birthday, right? Correct. So can we say the restaurant should be acting like a full stack application over here? Can we say how we can make sure that this is gonna be a full stack application, right? So let me explain over here. So you acting like a customer over there, right? What you do, हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग अगर किसी दोस्त का बर्थडे हुआ, प्रेफरेबली अगर हमारे दोस्त का बर्थडे होता है तो हम लोग जाते हैं यूजुअली कि अब दोस्त हमें पार्टी देगा, राइट? फॉर द सेम कॉज वी जनरली विजिट रेस्टोरेंट्स. How do we approach there? We go to the restaurant, right? And we sit on a particular table, है ना, किसी को हटा करके नहीं. And we generally look for a vacant table, empty table
right.
around that, based on the capacity of people, right? We opt a particular table and see the menu first, right? So where we generally see the menu means, if I say you yourself as a person, the menu, right? The part of acting like a part of your front end application. Got it? So how you see the menu and you call the beta, right? Beta, come here. He comes to you, right? He comes to you and you explaining what you need from the menu exactly. Correct?
Right.
So beta is going to act like an API, the messenger who is going to carry the information from you, because you are the customer and restaurant is made to serve you, right? Food. Exactly. Correct? So you order some food with the help of beta. He is going to take some order from you and simply he visit to the person, you can say safe, who is inside the kitchen. Correct? Can we say
Right.
in that way? Yeah, of course we can say, right?
Of course.
So safe is going to be the backend, right? Front end part is done. Means you came here, your entire restaurant, which is in appearance, will be a part of front end application. Correct? Front end part and the menu, which is a part of front end, right? I will simply say menu काम करेगा यहाँ form का, राइट? फॉर्म पे आपने क्या किया, आपने डिटेल्स भरे, डिटेल्स आपने इंसर्ट किया, आपने जैसे ही CTA, दैट इज बटन्स, राइट, आप क्लिक करते हो, right? API comes into the action. Similar way. So waiter is acting like an API का काम करता है, messenger का काम करता है, and it takes your request from front into the backend, right, with the help of server. ओके, गॉट इट, यहाँ तक तो समझ में आया होगा. अब क्या हुआ, नाउ इट कम्स इनटू द पिक्चर, द सेफ इज गोइंग टू एक्ट इन द किचन, इन द बैक एंड पार्ट. हाउ he will look for the order which is given by you to the waiter. Waiter will simply show you the order, exact order what you have given to the waiter, right? And by seeing the order, the kitchen, the safe is going to look for the ingredients, right? Look for the ingredients which are going to be kept somewhere inside your restaurant, inside the restaurant, right? So here I will say the backend where the API is taking your request, the backend is going to process your data, your request entirely. Correct? So based on the ingredient, there must be some storeroom over there inside the restaurant. Correct?
Right.
So some rectification, I will say, Vishal, you could have done. Like front end is not only if I talk about a full stack application, it is not only the front end and back end only. No, it is having one more rule, the person, right? The database. Exactly.
Okay.
You should be remembering, right? Because fronting, the entire application, if I talk about, is constitute of three parts: front end, back end, and third is the database, which is the
Database.
main thing when we are going to discuss about full stack application. Okay, so safe is going to look for the ingredient, and where is the ingredients are like supposed to be kept inside or somewhere in the storeroom, which should be there inside the restaurant, right? Okay, so he will look for the ingredients, he will fetch out, means he is going to extract out the data which user, means you as a customer, need. Exactly, right? And by
Hmm.
fetching the data, means by taking up the ingredients, he is going to prepare the food. And once the food is being prepared, same food is being sent to you, means complete, I will say prepared food is going to be sent to you, and you are supposed to be served upon, right? So in the
Right.
same way, we can say a full stack application work. There are many more, like if I say there are many more micro things are attached to a full stack application. Not only three part major component which I have explained you right now, there are many more parts. Okay, so students, what I'm going to do, I will simply, so I hope, I believe, like how the full stack application processes or works, you at least got a clarity on it, right? You can write in the chat box itself, if you have got it at least. What does it mean full stack application in a general scenario, in real life? I've just explained, got it? So I will technically explain you how you should follow, or you should prepare a roadmap such that in between you don't feel overwhelming things. Okay, you don't feel that the roadmap which is being set to you, or you are setting up for your career, it is not going to be hectic. Okay, so what you are supposed to do, students, you are supposed to keep the things in easy way, or keep the parts in a simpler way, such that you don't lag somewhere in between when you are learning, or when you are following the particular path of a full stack development. Got it? So for each and everything, in a general, in a complete, if I tell you in a life, like in general life, like example. Okay, so what if in the restaurant, you went there inside the restaurant, okay, you order some food over there, and what if the chef was not familiar of that particular food which you have ordered? What would happen? क्या होता अगर आपने मोमोज ऑर्डर किए और शेफ को मोमोज बनाना आता ही नहीं? क्या होता? मीन्स कहीं ना कहीं ये होता, कहीं ना कहीं ये होता कि आपने तो रिक्वेस्ट करी, आपने कहा कि नहीं
Hmm.
भाई मुझे फूड चाहिए, राइट? आप एज ए यूजर एक इंफॉर्मेशन चाह रहे हो, एक पर्टिकुलर एक सर्विस चाह रहे हो उस एप्लीकेशन से, उस रेस्टोरेंट से, जो कि वो रेस्टोरेंट देने में असमर्थ है, मोमो नहीं मिलते, एग्जैक्टली मोमो नहीं मिलते. सो बिफोर, so can I say, before developing a full stack applications, right, the fundamentals, the particular exposure of tech stacks, or no, you should have a proper knowledge on it, right? Because without knowing each and everything, अगर मुझे ingredients का knowledge ही नहीं होगा, तो मैं food कैसे prepare करके दूंगा, right?
Hmm. Sure.
I can't give you. in that way, right? So same way you should remember before jumping directly to each and everything, like the complete process, you should at least have the familiarity of fundamental things. Fundamental things means what? The chunks of things, the micro things which constitute together to form the entire system, right? What if I talk about the complete application? The application is being divided in three parts: front end, back end, and what? Database.
Database.
Exactly. What if I talk about front end में बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. There are many more tech stacks which were supposed to have, you may be familiar with, right? When we talk about mud itself, right? mud में क्या होता है? MongoDB होता है, right? Express.js, right? React and Node.js, right? We generally discuss, but apart from these major four things which constitute together to form more, right? There are many more things, right? JavaScript is behind the scene. JavaScript behind the scene में वो बैकएंड में काम कर रहा है. JavaScript वो फ्रंट एंड में भी है. कैसे है? जब आप कोई लॉजिक लिखते हो, when you write some logic over there inside React, suppose you are supposed to fetch data from the database with the help of some API. कैसे करते हो? उसके लिए functions कॉल करते हो, right? So function is the part of JavaScript, right? So मैं यही कहना चाह रहा हूँ आपको कि अगर आप किसी चीज के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो बट उसके लिए आपका फंडामेंटल अच्छा होना जरूरी होता है. गॉट इट? सो यू डोंट हैव टू जंप डायरेक्टली टू लाइक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग कि मैं अगर डेवलपमेंट करूंगा, मुझे भले ही कुछ नहीं आता हो, मुझे कहाँ कैसे शुरू करना, छोड़ दो HTML CSS जावास्क्रिप्ट छोड़ देते हैं, रिएक्ट से शुरू करते हैं. क्यों ना रिएक्ट करें? नो, फॉलो ईच एंड एवरीथिंग सिस्टमेटिकली, बिकॉज इफ यू फॉलो अ प्रॉपर पाथ, इवन इफ यू लैग समवेयर, आपको पता होगा कि मुझे कहाँ पे वो उसका इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलेगा. अगर मैं रिएक्ट शुरू करूं, मुझे हुक्स का इन्फॉर्मेशन ही नहीं हो, जानकारी ही नहीं हो, तो मैं कंपोनेंट्स कैसे बिल्ड करूंगा? कंपोनेंट्स में रिएक्टिविटी कैसे लेके आऊंगा? आई वोंट बी ब्रिंगिंग दैट, राइट? Exactly. So we should follow in a systematic way. What I'm trying to say, you should have proper knowledge on fundamentals. And what the fundamentals should have, like you you should not avoid each and like easier things. कभी कभी होता है ना कि जब हम एक टफ टास्क सेलेक्ट करते हैं तो जो इजियर पार्ट होता है उसको हम ऐसे इग्नोर कर देते हैं. नहीं करना है. नहीं, you should be well in practice. Okay, what if I ask about some like important course part of CSS, HTML and CSS, right? What if I just ask what is the box model in CSS? Would you be able to explain it without knowing it? Or like if you are starting from JavaScript or React kind of things, you won't be, because you don't know what is the box model. And believe me, box model is going to live with you for throughout your life, राइट? आप डायरेक्ट तरीके से देखो या इनडायरेक्ट तरीके से देखो, CSS वो लाई करता है, पार्ट है बॉक्स मॉडल, राइट? डू यू नो व्हाट इज बॉक्स मॉडल सेशन? आपको पता है कुछ? बॉक्स मॉडल, बॉक्स से मतलब चला होगा ना कि एक बॉक्स होगा, उसका कुछ मॉडल होगा जिसमें कुछ रखते होंगे. इन सिमिलर वे, राइट? यू कैन रिस्पॉन्ड इन द चैट बॉक्स इफ यू नो इट. इफ यू डोंट नो दैट इज ओके. हाँ, बिल्कुल विजुअली एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. I will teach you. Since this is not gonna be a complete technical session, मैं यहाँ पे आपको application नहीं बना के दिखा रहा, because this is gonna take some more time. Like I will have to construct each and everything from a scratch. Like though I can give you a simple application. I can prepare a simple front end. Like I can write a simple HTML file inside that. I can do some topping, like right, simple blog application बना के दिखा सकता हूँ. That is easier, बहुत आसान. बट मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ पाथ पे, ठीक है ना? मैं विजुअली भी दिखाता हूँ, कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन है मेरे पास जिसको मैं दिखाऊंगा आपको, बट हैव पेशेंस, थोड़ा सा वेट करो, ठीक है ना? सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से सेशन कि आप अगर सीखना चाह रहे हो सो फॉलो फ्रॉम द स्क्रैच, बिकॉज इट्स बेटर. बट अगर मैं एक जनरल सिनारियो की बात करता हूँ, थिंक ऑफ ए सिनारियो, यू आर सपोज टू लाइक कंस्ट्रक्ट ए बिल्डिंग फॉर योर, लाइक घर बना रहे हो अपने लिए, राइट? सो क्या करोगे? इट शुड बी बिल्ट ऑन सम पिलर्स, राइट? कंस्ट्रक्शंस करे जाएंगे उनके टॉप ऑफ इट. उसके लिए सबसे पहले आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? आर्किटेक्ट से एक मैप लाना पड़ेगा, राइट? करेक्ट. सो इफ यू डोंट हैव मैप विथ यू, कैसे बनाओगे? जहाँ किचन होगा, वॉशरूम होगा, हो सकता है वॉशरूम की जगह किचन डाल दिया, किचन की जगह वॉशरूम डाल दिया. Flow may be different, right? But if you are having a complete structure with you, you can follow systematically what I'm trying to say, right? So each and everything, okay, I will draw you, okay, allow me some time, okay. थोड़ा सा बता लेने दो फंडामेंटल्स में क्या क्या आएंगे, आप सीखोगे, मैं सारी चीजें आपको बताता हूँ, बॉक्स मॉडल क्या है, ठीक है ना, मैं थोड़ा सा पढ़ा दूंगा आपको, ठीक है ना, ओके. So what I was trying to say, you should start from the scratch. You shouldn't directly jump or like start from React or either start from JavaScript itself. Though JavaScript lies in the core part, okay, lies in the core part. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, if you are learning HTML and CSS, you have to understand what is HTML, right? What is HTML, what is CSS, why do we use HTML and CSS, what is the role of HTML CSS, right? Why should not be using like external CSS all the time, why should we use tailwind, right? Some of the like, right, you should have at least understanding of it, right? People generally prefer tailwind while writing CSS because it's the context is very very simpler. When you are going to write in future, if you are going to write a full stack application, you are construct either a front end application as well, you will be simply using tailwind CSS. एक बार यूज करो, मक्खन के जैसा स्मूथ होता है, बहुत मजा आता है उसमें, ठीक है ना. सो ओके, सो वन ऑफ यू हैड सेड हमें दिखाओ डायग्राम बना के, ठीक है. सबसे पहले होता है बॉक्स मॉडल की बात करते हैं, ठीक है ना, बॉक्स मॉडल की बात करते हैं. बॉक्स मॉडल सिंपल बॉक्स की तरह ही होता है जिसमें आप चीजें रखते हो, है ना. बट इन रियल सिनेरियो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट CSS, it's a property, it's a property which is going to keep your things. What is the things over here? Things आपके होंगे, बॉक्सेस होंगे क्या, आप बनाओगे, कार्ड्स बना सकते हो, कार्ड्स बनाओगे, आप अपने टेक्स्ट को अलाइन करके रख सकते हो इनसाइड अ पर्टिकुलर UI, राइट. फॉर सच थिंग्स वी जनरली यूज अ प्रॉपर्टी कॉल्ड बॉक्स मॉडल. बॉक्स मॉडल में 4 प्रॉपर्टी होता है, ठीक है ना. कंटेंट, आई होप कि आपको समझ में आए, कंटेंट होता है, पैडिंग होता है, राइट, मार्जिन होता है, एंड व्हाट इज द फोर्थ पार्ट? Anyone who is going to guess or respond in the chat box? 3 parts I've mentioned: content, right, padding, margin, and fourth is the separation. कुछ तो है चौथा पार्ट. Anyone from the chat? I hope कि कुछ तो पता चला होगा. नहीं, चलो मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको करके. No. Fourth is the border, right? बॉर्डर समझते हो, नॉट द बॉर्डर विच वी टॉक अबाउट जनरली, वो इंडिया पाकिस्तान का बॉर्डर की मैं बात नहीं कर रहा. ऑफ कोर्स इट इज आल्सो अ काइंड ऑफ, it is also a kind of like, I will say it's a part of box model. Okay, so let me share my screen, folks, and we'll show you. Okay, I'm just sharing a window over here for you, and let me know if it is visible. Let me share entire screen to you. Okay, Vishal, could acknowledge कर देना if it is visible to you.
Sure.
Is it visible? Are you seeing Excel draw? Many more things, right?
Yes. It's
So
visible.
on demand of the particular students, let me draw a box model. One more thing I will draw. So Session, what I was telling you. अच्छा, एक मिनट, allow me a minute, Vishal. So I hope this is clearly visible to all of you, right? So what if I say this is the content where I'm supposed to write something? ओके, ये मेरा कंटेंट हो गया, ठीक है ना, ध्यान से सुनना, ये मेरा कंटेंट हो गया. कंटेंट में आप क्या कर सकते हो? लेट मी टेल यू वन मोर थिंग. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट कंटेंट, कंटेंट में कुछ भी हो सकता है, द कार्ड्स हो सकते हैं, टेक्सचर हो सकता है, टेक्स्ट डेटा हो सकता है, राइट, एंटायर इंफॉर्मेशन हो सकता है, राइट. इफ आई रेफर टू एनी वेबसाइट, फ्लिपकार्ट, राइट, और कोई भी वेबसाइट की अगर मैं बात करूं, राइट, गिव मी मिनट. सो हटाने दो मुझे, ठीक है ना. सो कैन यू से दीज आर सम ब्यूटीफुल कार्ड्स व्हिच आर सीइंग ओवर हियर, राइट. सो अगर मैं बात करूं, ठीक है ना, इस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट की, सो दिस इज आल्सो कम्स अंडर द बॉक्स मॉडल. ये कहीं ना कहीं इधर ये फ्लेक्स बॉक्स यूज कर रहे होंगे या फिर ग्रिड लेआउट सिस्टम यूज कर रहे होंगे पर्टिकुलर चीज के लिए, ठीक है ना। आई एम नॉट कम्प्लीटली श्योर, आप चाहो तो इंस्पेक्ट कर सकते हो, ठीक है ना। आप चाहो तो थोड़ा सा मैं हटके जा रहा हूँ क्लास, जो कि जाना नहीं चाहिए था, किसी ने पूछा तो मेरी जिम्मेदारी बनती है आपको दिखाऊं, ठीक है ना। सी, जब आप यहाँ पे इंस्पेक्ट करोगे इस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट को, कैन यू सी इट हियर, व्हेन यू इंस्पेक्ट ओवर हियर और एनी ऑफ द पार्ट, राइट। सी देखो, ये इस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट को मैं अगर इंस्पेक्ट करता हूँ, सो यहाँ पे आप पूरा डिटेल्स आपको मिल जाएगा। देखो, by inspecting it you can analyze. So what I was saying, when we talk about box model में 4 प्रॉपर्टी होती है। कितनी प्रॉपर्टी होती है? 4। कंटेंट में हो सकता है आपको, ठीक है ना, कंटेंट में कंटेन टेक्स्ट, वो टेक्स्ट कंटेंट कर सकता है, कार्ड्स हो सकते हैं, ठीक है ना, कार्ड से हो सकते हैं, या फिर कार्ड में फॉर्म भी हो सकते हैं। फॉर्म यू मे हैव सीन, राइट, यू मे हैव सीन ऑन मल्टीपल ओकेजन्स, राइट। अगर मैं इसी की बात करता हूँ, लॉगिन पे जैसे क्लिक करूंगा, इसे कार्ड, राइट, कैन आई से इसे कार्ड विच हैज अपीयर्ड, ये भी एक फॉर्म का हिस्सा है, दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ फॉर्म, राइट। सो हियर यू कैन से दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ योर बॉक्स मॉडल, दैट इज द कंटेंट, ओके। सो लेट मी डू वन मोर थिंग ओवर हियर। सो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू ड्रॉ, मैं यहाँ पे क्या करता हूँ, लिख देता हूँ बॉक्स मॉडल, okay. So this is the content, 4 part of box model is there, listen carefully. This is the content may contain anything, okay. Second, what I told you is the margin, margin होगा क्या, margin, listen carefully, margin keeps the difference, keeps the separation of the content from the outer world, ये मेरा outer world हो गया, ठीक है ना। What if I say the outer world? So here I am referring this particular part to be margin, okay, ये मेरा हो गया margin, okay. Now third part comes the border, comes the padding. What if I tell you padding, right, जो पैडिंग होता है, जो बॉक्स के अंदर से जो सेपरेशन है, दिस इज द सेपरेशन फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर बॉक्स, इज कॉल्ड पैडिंग। इसी को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, पैडिंग बोलते हैं, we generally call it padding. I hope you got clarity, and this is the border, right? Border के थ्रू आप इसको border बोल सकते हो, right? You can call the same thing border. मुझे यहाँ से लिख देता हूँ border. Got it? Box model समझ में आया? It's a property, right? Listen carefully, one more thing. When you are going to learn about box model, you should understand clearly that, like, the purpose of using box model is when you are constructing any particular layout, it should not disturb the other part. Can you say, when you like come out here, when we saw this particular website, is it disturbing this particular, the second card which is containing each and everything inside it? Is it disturbing? I don't think so, class, right? It's not disturbing, right? Got it? Okay. So a structure, could you please repeat your question, make it clear? I will explain in between if you have any doubt. A structure, what you see in general scenario, this is also a structure, this is also a structure part, right, which is the part of your HTML, right? HTML is used to provide a structure of your website. Means in the example what I mentioned, through the construction of your building your home, the structure which was created with the help of pillars was being provided by what? HTML. Got it? स्ट्रक्चर सिंपल टर्म में आप बोल सकते हो कि जिसपे आपका पूरा सिस्टम खड़ा होता है, पूरी बिल्डिंग खड़ी होती है, या पूरा आपका एप्लीकेशन बना होता है, right? The application, this particular Flipkart application has different structure, right? Different parts in this entire structure of your this particular Flipkart application. The structure has been divided in different parts. सो अगर मैं HTML की बात करता हूँ, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट HTML is going to constitute or contribute only the structure of your application. Got it? CSS used for the beautification के लिए हम लोग जनरली यूज करते हैं. If I talk about your home, right, you can use some colors, paints to look different. The rooms, the kitchen, or the drawing room, or many more part of your home look differently, right? For such things we generally use CSS. Got it? I hope you should be like you at least got some familiarity or clarity on it. You can write in the chat box, class. If you have any doubt, you can still mention. I will try to reiterate on the same thing. Okay, got it? Okay. So what I was saying, you should at least have familiarity with fundamentals of something. Fundamentals of things which are supposed to be included when you are learning any particular tech stack, right? Tech stack, either you are learning Mern tech stack, right? Either you are learning other tech stack like Java full stack, correct? Java full stack, all the part. There are many more tech stack like which are involved in full stack development, but specifically we are going to discuss about Mern tech stack here, right? Apart from Mern, there are many more tech stack, that is mean tech stack as well, right? There is a like Java full stack on that, like you can front end, you can use React, back end, you can use a Spring Boot, right? Another, there is Python full stack as well. So tech stack is like, it depends on you what you are opting out for your like complete software development journey. Okay, depends on you clearly, completely clear. Okay, so what I was telling, so before directly jumping or diving into the development part, you should at least have the basic understanding of or you should have fundamental with you, so that if you are following a particular structure, you don't face any blocker while learning. Clear? Okay, so we'll discuss from the front end part only. Front end से हम discuss करते हैं one by one करके what you are supposed to learn in front end. फ्रंट एंड में कैसे हम सीखेंगे उसके बारे में थोड़ी सी मैं आपको ओवरव्यू दे देता हूँ. एंड वंस यू गॉट क्लैरिटी ऑन इट, एक बार सीख लो आप, समझ लो, देन यू कैन सेट ए रोड मैप फॉर यू. ओके, so in front end we generally follow React. Okay, don't have to, here you should remember, when you are following React, for the learning purpose it's better to understand if you're learning React सीख रहे हो तो उसके बेसिक से स्टार्ट करो. You can follow documentation, you can collect information from the documentation. You are having multiple resources available with you. You are having, I will say, ocean of resources which are available with you. Okay, but following documentation is considered to be the best practice. Got it? So अगर हम React सीख रहे हैं तो क्या होता है React में, दो इट्स ए फ्रंट एंड लाइब्रेरी, राइट? जावास्क्रिप्ट अगर सीख रहे हैं, बिकॉज यू आर सेटिंग ए रोड मैप. अगर आप रोड मैप सीख रहे हो तो सबसे पहले आपको फंडामेंटल्स आना चाहिए. फंडामेंटल्स में आपको अगर बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग है HTML CSS के, दैट इज ओके, परफेक्ट थिंग. And if you are learned with fundamentals of HTML CSS, you should opt out JavaScript. What I said earlier, that JavaScript is going to lie in the center part. JavaScript is going to lie in the center part, and everything is going to revolve around it. Okay, either you are learning React, JavaScript, your logics, JavaScript functions, right? Methods, array methods, right? Do you know about some array methods in JavaScript, right? Fetch. Do you know it? Map, filter, reduce. At least you may have, some of you may have understanding of it. Some methods, right? DOM manipulation, correct? So such thing you should understand, because if you don't know about the functions or the methods which are involved in which you should learn in JavaScript, when you are supposed to learn React, it will be very, very difficult to you. Okay, because these things, these parts like functions, right? Functions are supposed to be used inside React. Okay, but if you know, that is okay, that is the perfect thing. If you don't know what are the functions, what are the methods, right, which you are supposed to learn in React, वो आपके लिए एक प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगा. ओके, सो व्हेन यू आर लर्निंग रिएक्ट, आपको बहुत सारी चीजें पढ़नी पड़ेगी रिएक्ट में. लाइक you will be start learning from the component itself, right? सबसे पहले रिएक्ट का इंट्रोडक्शन होगा, What is React? React क्या है? It is a front-end library, right? Which is built on top of JavaScript. We generally say when we talk about React is considered to be the front-end library of JavaScript. React is completely built on top of JavaScript. डिफरेंट लगेगा बट ये बनाया कोर लॉजिक ही जावास्क्रिप्ट से टेकन किया गया. समझ रहे हो ये सारी चीज? आई होप थोड़ा सा समझ में आया होगा आपको, राइट? ओके, सो देयर आर मेनी मोर पार्ट्स इनसाइड रिएक्ट. अगर रिएक्ट की बात करते हैं, कंपोनेंट में हम नहीं जाते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है. प्रॉप्स होते हैं, जब आप प्रॉप्स पढ़ रहे होगे यू विल बी लर्निंग व्हाट इज प्रॉप ड्रिलिंग, राइट? यू विल लर्न अबाउट स्टेट्स, राइट? इवेंट्स सीखोगे कैसे होते हैं, व्हाट आर द इवेंट्स, राइट? What are the events which we generally use in React? Correct. Conditionally, you will be rendering some components, right? List, so you सीखोगे, form सीखोगे. What you see generally, what you saw on your Flipkart application, it is I think this is also built on top of React as well, right? So आप देख रहे हो कितनी सारी चीजें हैं, right? And once you are going to learn React, you will know a concept called SPA. You will know a concept called SPA. So can I ask a simple question? What is SPA over here? Do you know it? Anyone in the chat box? आप लिख सकते हो. You can respond in the chat box अगर आपको पता है. What does mean SPA, right? What is mean SPA? You know it. आप लिखो. You can write. Okay. SPA stands for single page application. अब आप समझ गए होंगे what does mean single page application. अगर हम बात करते हैं फ्लिपकार्ट की, वी टॉक अबाउट फ्लिपकार्ट, अमेजन, मेनी मोर वेबसाइट विच आर बिल्ट ऑन टॉप ऑफ रिएक्ट, दे आर गोइंग टू बी ऑफ एसपीए नेचर, सिंगल पेज एप्लीकेशन. आपने देखा होगा, मैंने जब आपको फ्रंट एंड ये फ्लिपकार्ट वेबसाइट ओपन करके दिखाया, राइट? व्हेन आई ओपन द फ्लिपकार्ट वेबसाइट, यू सॉ ईच एंड एवरीथिंग वाज embedded inside that, right? Did you see it or not? Let me show you once again, right? I will simply share. Let me know if it is visible to you. Okay, visible hai? Okay, so can you see each and everything? I don't need to go anywhere. If I click on something, if I click on travel, see this particular part. When I click over here, can you see it here? In a blink of second, in a blink of eye, you see it simply changed. The URL changed from this one to this one, right? And here the entire data came. Right? So SPA is this kind of application which we talk about when we deal with SPA. ठीक है ना? SPA मतलब होता है एक सिंगल पेज के अंदर सारे कंपोनेंट्स एम्बेडेड होते हैं. एंड व्हाट आई डिड हियर, विद द हेल्प ऑफ राउटिंग, all these things are being connected. Each and every component which you can see on Flipkart are being connected to each other. और कैसे कनेक्ट किया गया होगा? राउटिंग के थ्रू. किसके थ्रू? राउटिंग. यू नो राउटिंग मीन्स क्या होता है? एक ही जगह से अलग अलग पाथवे क्रिएट करना, ठीक है ना? अलग अलग पाथवे क्रिएट करना, है ना? अगर मैं यहाँ आऊँ, you may have filled in a realistic kind of thing, right? When you may have visited using any particular vehicle, right? vehicle आप यूज करते हो, आप जाते हो एक स्क्वायर से, आपको अलग अलग पाथ्स दिखते हैं, अलग अलग यू कैन से स्ट्रीट्स दिखते हैं जहाँ से आप अपने एक पर्टिकुलर डेस्टिनेशन को फॉलो कर सकते हो, राइट? इन द सेम वे रिएक्ट इज. गॉट इट? आई होप फ्रंट एंड का थोड़ा सा एक्सपोजर हो गया होगा. फ्रंट एंड का मतलब क्या? जो यूजर को दिखता है. फ्रंट एंड मींस व्हाट यू सी ऑन योर यूआई, right? As I mentioned the example of restaurant, right? Front end was what? The tables, chairs, the menu, the entire restaurant which was appearing to you when you visited over there, right? जब हम विजिट किए थे, right? Before ordering something, तो वो सारा चीज फ्रंट एंड के अंदर आता था. And what was the back end? Back end जहाँ पे लॉजिक्स लिखे हुए होते हैं, ठीक है ना? And with the help of API server के through request जाता है, right? The request goes from the server, right? And it is going to hit somewhere, right? Through routing. Routers का use करते हैं, right? Here the controller is over there, right? And after fetching out some data, it is going to give you some information, just like the food which you had ordered, virtually, not actually. Got it? Okay. So what I told you कि आपको डायरेक्टली जंप नहीं करना है, ठीक है? ओके, नाउ आई होप कि फ्रंट एंड वाला पार्ट क्लियर हो गया होगा. HTML, CSS, JavaScript itself, right? Functions, right? Many more things. There are many more things hidden inside JavaScript. when you are start learning, you will start learning JavaScript, you will know, right? This is not going to be a very very difficult task for you session. Okay, JavaScript मक्खन की तरह स्मूथ आता है, मैं सच बता रहा हूँ. जब अगर आप लॉजिक्स पे रिलाई कर रहे हो, अगर आपको लॉजिक्स के साथ खेलना पसंद है, छेड़छाड़ करना पसंद है, JavaScript is going to help you. It's going to build your concept in a different way. Believe me, अगर आप डेटा फेस करो, हाउ यू आर सपोज टू फेस डेटा फ्रॉम एन एपीआई विद द हेल्प ऑफ एन एपीआई, कैसे करोगे डेटा फेस? एक फंक्शन फेस मेथड का यूज किए, डेटा किए, डेटा मुझे जेसन फॉर्मेट में नहीं देगा, मैं जेसन फॉर्मेट में उसको कन्वर्ट कर लूंगा, राइट? आई विल सिंपली कन्वर्ट द डेटा इनटू जेसन फॉर्मेट, रीडेबल फॉर्मेट में कर लूंगा, रीडेबल, ह्यूमन रीडेबल फॉर्मेट जिसमें पढ़ सकूं, राइट? करेक्ट. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर वर्किंग ऑन ए पर्टिकुलर लॉजिक, right? So logics are important. So when we talk about backend क्या, backend कैसे constitute करता है? Just like site, हम क्या करते हैं, यूजर फ्रंट एंड से रिक्वेस्ट भेजता है. आपने एक फॉर्म फिल किया, फॉर्म जैसे ही आपने डेटा एंटर किया, राइट, जैसे ही आपने डेटा एंटर किया, आपने हिट किया सीटीए को, दैट इज क्लिक टू एक्शन. आई जनरली कॉल बटन्स टू सीटीए, क्लिक टू एक्शन, राइट? वंस यू हिट ऑन सीटीए, एक रिक्वेस्ट लेके जाता है थ्रू आउट द सर्वर, फ्रॉम द एक सर्वर से होते हुए बैकएंड को रिक्वेस्ट जाता है. यूजर इज सेकिंग ए पर्टिकुलर डेटा, यूजर एक पर्टिकुलर डेटा को चाह रहा है, आपसे इंफॉर्मेशन चाह रहा है. नाउ बैकएंड विल बी इन एक्शन, राइट? बैकएंड एक्शन में आएगा. कैसे एक्शन में आएगा? इट विल सिंपली fetch the data from the database based on your request. If the data is present over there, right? If the data is present inside the database, just like the safe was looking in the store, if that particular ingredient was present inside the store or not, right? So data will be fetched. Once the data is available, it will revert back the same data to you. It will revert back the same data to you, and after seeing it, you can be enjoy. You can simply be joyful, right? आप enjoy करते हो, मेरा डेटा मिल गया, right? मुझे जो चाहिए था, यूजर को जो चाहिए वो उसको मिल रहा है. Throughout the services, throughout the processes we generally follow while constructing a complete full stack application. Clear? Okay. So I hope यहाँ तक थोड़ा सा आपको समझ में आया होगा. So how did you get clarity regarding the same thing which I have explained? एप्लीकेशन बनाना बहुत टफ पार्ट नहीं है, उसके कंपोनेंट्स को समझना टफ पार्ट है, थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. नॉट, आई वोंट से दिस इज गोना बी अ टफ टास्क. ये बहुत आसान होगा इफ यू आर फॉलोइंग ऑल दिस थिंग्स इन अ स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है ना? बहुत मजा आने वाला. इफ यू आर लर्निंग मर्न और नॉट, आई एम नॉट बायस्ड ऑन मर्न. इफ यू आर एमिंग टू लर्न बी अ जावा फुल स्टैक डेवलपर, दिस इज कंप्लीटली योर चॉइस. आपका चॉइस है, नो वरीज. आप सीख सकते हो, काम कर सकते हो, बट you know that like each and everything is going to work on a particular logic पे ही काम करता है ना? So logic should be pure, completely pure, right? Exactly. So what I mentioned in the early part, clear all the front end. I didn't get your question in the car. Could you please mention? Be like write your question in detail. Clear all the front end. I didn't get you. Okay. So you can configure your question once again and paste in the chat box. Okay, write in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So I hope complete flow understandable. Did you get it? Okay. Let me share one more thing and let me see you through visualization how you are supposed to like learn these things in a structured way. आप कैसे सीख रहे हो, कैसे सीखोगे, based on that you are going to be a complete full stack developer. One more thing I just want to show you. Yes, exactly. But before learning direct all these things, front end part को directly ऐसे मत सीखना. मैं एक ही suggestion दूंगा, right? I had follows all the rigorous programs to be a full stack developer, right? मैंने भी बहुत सारे hustles किए थे अपने लाइफ में, ठीक है ना? But what I'm suggesting, आप scratch से start करो. No worries. If you know it, that is also. Practice makes a man perfect. Be intact in your mind. All these things, keep it intact, okay? प्रैक्टिस मेक्स अ मैन परफेक्ट. जितना प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतना अच्छा बनोगे, उतना बेहतर डेवलपर बनोगे आप, राइट? रादर बीइंग डिपेंडेंट ऑन एनी पर्टिकुलर एआई टूल और विच वी जनरली यूज इन आवर डे टू डे लाइफ. मत डिपेंड रहना. when you are in learning phase, I don't suggest students to follow like AI tools, even if they are following some worst case scenarios. No, don't follow, don't opt out. मत करो. This is gonna be a road blocker for you. आपके थॉट प्रोसेस को किल करता है AI. Okay. So what I was telling you, मैं बता क्या रहा था कि In the current market scenario, MERN stack is very, very popular. Do you do DSA? I hope you do DSA. I understand the logic by seeing the code, but I am unable to write the code myself. If you are referring to DSA, DSA completely मैथमेटिक्स पे बेस्ड है. आप लॉजिक्स जितना अच्छे से लिखोगे, समझो कि उसको एक एक स्टेप को एनालाइज करोगे, एनालाइज दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टेप्स, ओके, एंड वंस यू आर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर फेज, आप फिर से करना शुरू कर दोगे, कॉन्फ़िगर करना शुरू कर दोगे, ओके. आई होप आप अगर आप सीख रहे हो, वी आर गोइंग टू मीट यू सून, मिलने वाले हम आपसे, ठीक है ना. ओके, व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग, in today's market scenario, if you are aiming to be a full stack developer, right, it's better to be a full stack developer rather than being a front end developer or a back end developer. What I'm saying, you should, am I clear? I hope I'm clear. Try to be a full stack developer rather than being, it's not bad practice if you are being either front end developer, you are aiming to be a front end developer, or you are aiming to be a back end developer. No, it's not a bad practice. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कोई इशू नहीं है, बट मेक श्योर करना, if you are aiming to be a developer, try to be a full stack developer, because people generally prefer full stack developer, mainly when we talk about startups. When we talk about startups, they generally prefer full stack developer over backend or front end developer. क्यों? Because I have already told you the simple example of restaurant. क्या होता कि रेस्टोरेंट में सिर्फ like veg or non-veg kind of food मिलता, and the other part, that is the naan, bread or other things, were not being cooked over there. क्या होता, आप ऐसे रेस्टोरेंट को प्रेफर करते जहां पे दोनों चीजें मिल रही हो, राइट, नॉन ब्रेड के साथ वो सारी चीजें जो मुझे चाहिए खाने में, राइट, यही चाहिए ना. सो दिस इज द करंट मार्केट सिनेरियो. आप अगर बैकएंड जान रहे हो, दैट इज ओके, परफेक्ट, बट अगर आप फ्रंट एंड जान रहे हो, तो आपका लिमिटेशन फ्रंट एंड तक ही है, राइट. आप क्या कर सकते हो ज्यादा से ज्यादा, यू कैन सिंपली इंटीग्रेट फ्रंट एंड विद बैक एंड, राइट. इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो, एपीआई दे दिया जाएगा, राइट. इन्वायरमेंट वेरिएबल्स आपको आपको बता दिया जाएगा कि इस तरीके से आप यूज कर सकते हो. बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू कैन सिंपली इंटीग्रेट, बट you are not supposed to write the core logic, the business logic upon which your application is going to work upon, right. So try to be a full stack developer, ठीक है ना. and this is not going to be a uphill task. बहुत आसान होता है सीखना, मजा आता है सीखने में. so let me share my screen once again, folks. Let me share you something, the simple roadmap. Okay, so what I was telling you initially, let me keep it minimal version so that ये completely visible हो. Is it visible to all of you? I hope this is visible, right? Because I'm not seeing you. Is it visible? Write in the chat box if you see it. Did you see it? I hope it's visible clearly, right? Okay, so I was telling initially in the beginning of this session, I told you that when Vishal, I asked a simple question about full stack application. What is a full stack application, right? It's an application which constitutes of each and everything. Means starting from the front end part, right, back end, right, and the database itself, right. There are three layers of a full stack application when we talk about. There are three layers of a full stack application when we talk about a full stack app. Okay, what are the three layers? ये client बोल सकते हो. client कौन? Client, who are the client? I am the client, right? You are the client. Client means what? The person who is going to have the advantage of the services which are being provided by the application. बोल सकते हैं, है ना. जो सर्विसेज आपकी एप्लीकेशन प्रोवाइड कर रही है, उनको यूज करने के लिए कोई होना तो चाहिए ना. दोज पर्सन आर सपोज टू बी कॉल्ड क्लाइंट्स, और इन सिंपल टर्म दे आर सपोज टू बी कॉल्ड यूजर्स. उन्हें हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? यूजर्स. वी जनरली कॉल देम यूजर्स. सीजो भैया. सो क्लाइंट इज गोइंग टू इंटरैक्ट डायरेक्टली. आप क्या करते हो? व्हेन यू विजिट एनी पर्टिकुलर वेबसाइट, इधर फ्लिपकार्ट विजिट करते हो, अमेजन प्राइम विजिट करते हो, राइट, यू विजिट एनी पर्टिकुलर like business kind of application. Either if I talk about LPU website, right, you go there, you interact, you enter your data, means you are directly interacting with the website, right. So here this is the main part where the user is supposed to be interacting. Okay, this is the front end layer. This is called the front end layer. There are three layers of a full stack application. Okay, what is it called? Front end layer, the browser part. If I start hit enter, right, you can see The request came from the front end. It traveled with the help of server to the backend, right? From the backend, the process happened, right? The process happened, right? And how process happened? It came to the database. It looked inside the database. The methods have been written over there. The API logics have been written over there, with the help of which it came over here, and from here it simply phased out the data. इसने क्या किया? Data phase किया. It simply phased out the data, and if the data was available over there, right? Data was available over there. It simply sent to the client once again. Got it? So when you are supposed to construct a full stack application, you will be doing many more part of it. Starting from the authentication, you will do authentication, right? Correct. So what does it? What is the meaning of authentication? If I ask, आपको पता है? Do you know it? You can write in the chat box. If you know, that is okay. If you don't know, I'm going to explain. You can simply write, no, I don't know. I will explain. Okay. डू यू नो इट सेशन? आप जानते हो तो बताओ, अच्छी बात है. अगर आप नहीं जानते हो, दैट इज ऑल्सो ओके. आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू, राइट? व्हाट इज ऑथेंटिकेशन? So, okay, so think of a scenario. You are interacting with a website which is not having form kind of things, right? Form kind of things. What will you see over there? आप वेबसाइट पे आते हो, सारी चीजें सर्च करते हो, यूज करते हो, फिर से वेबसाइट क्लोज कर देते हो. Once again you come to the website, you do same thing from the scratch. Right? आप फिर से सर्च करना पड़ेगा. You will have to follow the steps. What if you forget in between? क्या होगा? आप डिस्टर्ब हो जाओगे, right? Correct? Yes. Be sign or sign up. Yes, exactly. So you will be disturbed means you are supposed to have some data. So authentication means identifying the user. ऑथेंटिकेशन मीन्स आइडेंटिफाइंग द यूजर. ऑथेंटिकेशन का मतलब ये होता है यूजर को आइडेंटिफाई करना. हु द यूजर इज, यूजर कौन है. when I see it, when I came over here, if the authentication was not implemented over this particular application, अगर इस एप्लीकेशन पे ऑथेंटिकेशन अगर एप्लीकेबल नहीं हुआ होता, राइट? अगर मैं नेक्स्ट टाइम विजिट करूं, व्हाट इफ आई विजिट नेक्स्ट टाइम ओवर हियर, राइट? कैन यू सी login, sign up, more options are available over there, right? So authentication means identifying the user, who the user is. Once you authenticate yourself, right, you will have to enter your credentials. Right? Can you see here? Let me here hit it down. Once I enter my data here over here, the data is supposed to be stored inside the database of Flipkart, right? Database, कहीं Flipkart के database में मेरा data stored होगा, relevant data which I am supposed to enter over here, right? So once this data is being entered by me over here, right, the data is supposed to be stored somewhere. And once I visit the same website next time, right, this website will remember my data, right? क्या करूंगा मैं यहाँ पे साइन अप ना करके क्या करूंगा, लॉग इन करूंगा. लॉग इन मीन्स व्हाट? ऑथोराइजेशन, राइट? लॉगिन मीन्स व्हाट? Authorization कैसे? Based on the role of the user, some task you can perform. Based on the role of the user, some task the user can perform or you can perform. ठीक है? समझ में आया थोड़ा सा? ऑथेंटिकेशन का मतलब क्या होता है? आई होप थोड़ा सा आपको समझ में आया होगा. ऑथेंटिकेशन का मतलब आइडेंटिफिकेशन, टू कीप द रिकॉर्ड. अगर मेरे पास इसका ऑथेंटिकेशन अवेलेबल नहीं होता इस वेबसाइट पे, तो मैं नो मैटर हाउ मेनी टाइम्स आई विजिट द वेबसाइट, आई विल हैव टू डू फ्रॉम द स्क्रैच each and every time, right? Each and every time I will have to do that, right? Correct or not? Let me do one more thing. Sorry for that, allow me a minute. Okay, let me authenticate myself, log in here, and let me show you same thing, how you can track the entire of your activity when you are authenticated. Right? 78585. Can you see it here? Wait a minute. Can you see? It remembers each and everything. Okay, I will need to verify myself. This is happening. Actually, क्या कर रहा ना कि I'm logged in somewhere else. Okay. Okay, I need to paste my consent over here. Inside. Hit enter. Wait a second, class. Actually, I'm logged in somewhere. Okay. Because of that, it is asking. I'm supposed to fill a particular form. नहीं भरना है मुझे form. Okay. Sit here. So I'm being authorized, right? Authorized means क्या? मैं एक user हूँ. Not I'm being the admin. है ना? I'm a simple user of this particular website, Flipkart website. And here you can see. Can you see it here? एक कार्ड में मैंने कुछ अटैच करके रखा है. I've added something like inside this card, right? Can you see it here? So I have added something inside the cart, and this website is remembered by data. This website is remembering how this website is remembering my data with the help of some processes, authentication, authorization, right? Authentication के क्या हुआ? मेरा data इसने identify किया, and when it stored all of my activity जैसे कार्ट में डेटा ऐड करना, पर्टिकुलर आइटम ऐड करना, entire of thing, right? If I talk about my orders, each and everything, can you see? Each and everything, entire my record, it is remembering. Why? With the help of authentication and authorization. Got it? So why do we need authentication and authorization when you are supposed to construct a particular application, a full stack application? I hope you have at least got familiarity on it. समझ में आया? To keep the record of the user. अगर ऑथेंटिकेशन ऑथोराइजेशन नहीं होगा तो यूजर का रिकॉर्ड कैसे पता चलेगा कौन से यूजर कब मेरे वेबसाइट को विजिट किया, राइट? हाउ विल यू मेजर द ट्रैफिक ऑफ यूजर्स? हाउ विल यू मेजर द ट्रैफिक ऑफ यूजर्स? कैसे यूज करोगे, एनालाइज करोगे, right? How many users your application is serving? Correct? I hope at least you have got some familiarity over it, right? Right? Clear है ना? You can write in the chat box. If you have any doubt, still you can ask. Okay. Okay. So what I'm suggesting, if you are learned with complete tech stack, that is the month starting from HTML, CSS, what I'm telling you, follow it clearly. You should follow. Start learning from HTML, CSS, then you should learn JavaScript, and after you learned with JavaScript, then follow React. Okay, because React is completely built on top of JavaScript. Not completely, but it is being a JavaScript library. Okay, and once you learn React front end part completely, jump inside the backend. Okay, and I believe when you are learning Node.js, this is gonna be a very easy part for you because you have already learned JavaScript. अगर JavaScript आप पहले सीख लेते हो, अच्छे से सीख लेते हो, तो Node.js जो लोग बोलते हैं this is gonna be difficult, नहीं difficult होता, बहुत अच्छा होता, बहुत आसान होता पढ़ना. Believe me, I have taught students in LPU, and you can take feedback from them. I have told them it's like I had taught them in a complete different way. बहुत मजा आता था पढ़ने में. And sooner, I hope we are going to see meet like in upcoming days. So if I'm available for you, I will let you know that how this is gonna be a very easy task for you. Constructing मिनट में करते हैं, घंटों में करते हैं application create, front end full stack without any blockage or delay. Okay, but before that you should have at least fundamentals of such things with you. Got it? Okay. So session, what I was supposed to tell you, once you are done with the learning phase, you should at least have familiarity with some of the things, that is the VS version control system, right? Correct? You might have familiarity with VS Code as well, right? Not VS Code mainly, right? In today's time, if I talk about, there are many more code editor tool have been introduced, right? If I talk about VS Code, this is the traditional one which have been you might have used in your course journey as well, right? Okay. Apart from VS Code, you may have used Cursor, Bindsurf, Jade, right? And there are many more code editor tool which have been like being used by many more organizations in today's time. Are you familiar with such code editor tools, or you are completely new to all these things? right? Can I get some information from you? Have you been familiar with such tools like VS Code, right? I hope you may have got clarity on it. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Once you are well familiar with such tools, right, you need to understand about a repository, central repository system, right? A repository system, which we generally, for version control system, we generally call it, right? GitHub का भी बात करते हैं हम लोग, right? We generally talk about GitHub, right? What is GitHub? ये क्या है GitHub? बताओ. Where we are supposed to keep our code. Where we supposed to keep our code, right? रखते हैं ना कोड हम नहीं. Okay. So I won't say GitHub, online repository system, exactly. So we generally keep our code on GitHub repository. Okay. Uh, let me show you my code repository system. Okay. I need to come out here, right? I will simply look out here. Okay. See. Can you see? There are many more projects I've built in my, I will say, in my entire working experience life. Okay, can you see it here? There are many more projects I have built. Many of the application which you are like this repository, you are seeing is like either a full stack application. Let me show you one more thing. Okay, I hope this is gonna work. And bank referral system, HR dashboard. Let me show you a simple HR dashboard. Okay, we generally use VS, like Git for the version control system. Okay, and it's like a place where like some of you said that it's an online repository, online storage system where you are supposed to keep your code. Okay, where you are supposed to keep your code. Can you see? This is the full stack application which I had built like way time before. Okay, I don't remember exactly. Let me log in. Can you see? Based on the role, sign in your account, sign up, right? Why did I use that? I use for the record purpose, so that I can keep the record of the persons or the people who are visiting my website. Got it? Okay. See it here. Sign up, and the role is being assigned here, right? Either a manager or the employee, correct? So based on that, let me check if I can access. Let me show you a simple application. I hope this is gonna work. See, this is some error which is throwing, right? Because since past, like I don't exactly remember when was the time I had touched this application. Okay, I need to make मरम्मत करना पड़ेगा अगर सिंपल भाषा में बोले तो थोड़ा सा इसको ठीक करना पड़ेगा, right? I need to work around something. Can you see it over? Okay. So VS Code, I told you code editor tools about the information, gave you information how you are supposed to use code editor tools, right? You can either use VS Code. I will preferably tell you to use VS Code in the learning journey. Don't use any other. Though there are many more AI features involved, like Copilot feature is available over like VS Code as well, right? But don't class. I won't suggest you to use any AI tools for suggestion. Even for suggestion, when you are learning, make it each and everything yourself. अपना ही रखो, किसी भी एआई का मत रखो, ठीक है ना. Secondly, once you are done with familiarity, you should be familiar with VS Code, like GitHub repository system as well, right? GitHub पे आप अपने सारी चीजें रख सकते हो, but make sure करना keep everything in. हाँ, एआई का जमाना है, मैं नहीं कर रहा. अगर मैं व्हाट इफ आई से कि अगर मैं अभी एआई का यूज करके एक फुल स्टैक एप्लीकेशन बनाऊंगा तो मेरे लिए feasible होगा. This is gonna be feasible for me. Why? Because I'm being familiar for such things. I know each and everything, right? I know front end, I know back end, I know how the database is going to act for me, right? Because I already know such things, all these things. But if you don't know, using such things can be a hectic task for you, है ना. इन बिटवीन इफ यू सी सम एरर, आप डिबग नहीं कर पाओगे, आप आपके लिए एक ब्लॉकर हो जाएगा. right? This is gonna be act like a blocker for you. But if you don't know backend completely, आपको API का पता ही नहीं है, what are the methods which we generally use in API while writing the backend, अगर नहीं पता तो कैसे करोगे, राइट? वो तो करके दे देगा आपको, AI टूल्स लिख के दे देगा, है ना? आप करोगे जीपीटी करोगे कि मुझे एक लॉजिक लिख दो, पोस्ट रिक्वेस्ट होना चाहिए, गेट रिक्वेस्ट होना चाहिए, पैच होना चाहिए, डिलीट होना चाहिए, राइट? मेरा सर्वर यहाँ रन करना चाहिए। अगर इन सारी चीजों को परफॉर्म करने के लिए आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग तो होनी चाहिए ना, बेसिक ऑपरेशंस की, कैसे काम करता है एपीआई, राइट? सो आई वाज सिंपली सेइंग दैट बिफोर यूजिंग एआई यू शुड एट लीस्ट हैव नॉलेज ऑफ हाउ यू शुड यूज इट ना। आपको कोर्स का इंफॉर्मेशन हो जाता है, कोर पार्ट का नॉलेज होना चाहिए, got it? So once you learned with the third part, the most important part comes the resume, right? The resume, okay? Portfolio. These things are going to these things are going to give you permission to sit somewhere else, right? कहीं ना कहीं ये मैं सिंपल भाषा में बोलूं तो ये खुद को सेल करने का एक मीडियम है, right? These things are gonna be like the medium of selling yourself. Selling yourself how? You are supposed to show the recruiter companies that I'm the person who is holding this much of experience, who is holding this much of knowledge inside backend system, front-end system, entire system, right? I'm a full stack developer which is I'm holding all these skills with me, and you should hire me, right? You should be constructing or configuring your resume in such a way that, right? resume इस तरीके से बनाना होता है, right? Let me show you simple resume process. मैं एक अपना resume का reference लेके दिखाता हूँ कैसे मैंने skills mention किए हुए हैं and how you should follow in such a way that your resume should be clean, clear, and if the recruiter is going to see, they can simply understand, okay, this person is having this much of information, this much of knowledge carrying with him, okay? I hope my screen is visible, right? मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ, let me show you my portfolio. By seeing the portfolio, it's a simple portfolio which I built, though I had used some animation and I don't think this is going to be okay, working, काम कर रहा है. See, listen carefully session. When you are constructing resumes, when you are constructing portfolio, you have to be careful because these are going to be a slip, you can say, to sell yourself to the companies. ठीक है ना? Once you present yourself in a well manner, in a well formatted way, they are going to simply take you from there. पहला step ये होता है, the first step of selection starts with your resume and portfolio. They are not going to look inside your database. They are not going to look inside your in deep inside your front end or back end application or full stack application which you have constructed. No, वो नहीं देखेंगे, वो पहले आपका resume देखेंगे. They are going to see your resume first. Okay, recruiter will simply see your resume first, how you have built, but how you should keep it with in the reference of your resume creations, right? You should at least have familiarity of it. Okay, let me show you here. Can you see? This is the simple portfolio. I've kept it very very simple. Can you see it here? Okay, so when you are constructing a portfolio में बताता हूँ क्या, एक सिंपल सी वेबसाइट है, एक सिंपल सी वेबसाइट अपने लिए बनाओ for you to present yourself lively, right, in a live manner. Okay, how? See it here. So this is a simple portfolio. Can you see it here? So this is a simple portfolio. This portfolio is having a navigation bar. Can you see it here? There are many more parts inside this navigation, right, which are used over here. Okay, once you see it, this portfolio, see, this portfolio is containing many more parts inside it. Can you see it? There are many more parts. So accordingly, you will have to see it for your portfolio as well. ध्यान से सुनो, आपको, this is my portfolio, Shreyas Pal. This is my portfolio. I have kept it on my GitHub repository. And if you need it, like अगर आपको same नहीं बनाना है, आप इसका reference ले सकते हो. You can take the reference of it. But I will suggest you should try to build your portfolio, your own. Okay, because when you are explaining the same thing to the interviewer, right? Same thing to the interviewer, he may or she may asks the same question, multiple question around your portfolio. Okay, because see, I have built this particular portfolio using React with TypeScript, and I have used Tailwind CSS by the construction of with the help of Tailwind CSS. I have constructed the entire portfolio. So what if somebody comes to me, recruiter आते हैं और मुझसे पूछते हैं, okay, what tech stack you have used while constructing the portfolio? तब मैं क्या बताऊंगा अगर मुझे पता ही नहीं होगा तो, right? So such things, such information you should have. So see it here. Listen carefully. When you are constructing your portfolio, make sure you are constructing in a similar fashion. Listen, there should be a navigation bar. In the navigation bar, don't keep funky things. Got it? Don't keep funky things. Funky things means क्या? इसमें हो गया multiple images डाल दिए, attach कर दिए. अपने इसके जैसे अपने नाम, ये मेरा नाम है, right? नाम को अलग तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, नहीं. Don't have to do in that way. Keep it simple. People generally prefer simple things or complicated. है ना? Okay. You can see many more parts which are over here inside the navigation bar. आपको यहाँ use करने होंगे, right? Can you see it here? This is the home page. This is the complete home page of my portfolio. Can you see it here? Okay. In the home part, when I click over here, this is the home part, home page. इसको हम लोग hero section भी बोलते हैं, right? In simple term, we generally call it hero section. इसको hero section बोलते हैं, where it is having some data, right? Hey there, I'm Pratik Ras and I'm a full stack web developer, right? Here, you should keep your resume at two places. यहाँ दो places पे रखना है, here inside your navigation bar and here you can यहाँ रख सकते हो आप, ठीक है ना? And both of the parts should be downloadable. जब मैं यहाँ click करता हूँ class session, can you see it here? It opens my resume. Okay, can you see it here? It opened my resume. Okay, let me discuss first resume, then I will discuss the entire portfolio of mine. Okay, so listen carefully. You are supposed to create your resume in a well manner. Well manner करने का मतलब हुआ कि ज्यादा उसको loaded नहीं रखना. Keep it clean. Use hyperlinks. आपको hyperlinks use करने हैं for the references of your social platforms. Social platforms क्या? आपको Facebook attach नहीं करना. No need to attach Facebook. No need to attach Instagram because you are being professional over here. Got it? So professional तरीके से attach कर सकते हो. Can you see it here? This is the GitHub of mine. Once I click over here, it is going to redirect me on GitHub. Did it or not? Right? Can you see inside in my GitHub, you are seeing many more things attached over here. Got it? So keep hyperlinks attached. Don't use your Facebook, Instagram links when you are constructing your resume. Okay? Okay. One more thing you should be remembering when you are constructing your resume, your professionals should highlight your key skills which you are having, right? Your key skills which you are having, what the role, right? What the role you are owing, right? आपका क्या role है as a developer? क्या आप full stack developer हो, front end developer हो, या back end developer हो, या DevOps engineer हो? ये सारे चीजें यहाँ पे mention करो and keep it very brief. Don't keep it too long. Don't keep it like around of like 5 to 10 lines. ऐसा नहीं रखना होता. Keep it clean. Can you see it here? Okay. Once if you are not experienced, अगर आप experienced नहीं हो, ठीक है ना, तो आपने यहाँ से use कर सकते हो. You can use your like education from your education, right? After adding some projects. Okay. Let me tell you first. So you can see in the text technical skills, you can highlight your technical skills in the same way, which I have added. Okay, so you can see in the front end part I've used React, I have worked on Swift, I have been working on Node.js as well, right? I have used text, TypeScript, Tailwind CSS, Chakra UI, which you are supposed to learn when you are going to learn React. Okay, can you see many more things I have attached? And if you are adding these technical skills in your resume, make sure you know it. First and foremost thing, if you are adding any technical thing skills in your resume, आप make sure करना कि आपको आता हो. Okay? अगर आपको आता हो तो don't add there. Simple बात. Because being a stater, if somebody or the interviewer is going to ask some question around that, if you are not responding, you will be simply rejected from there on. So don't add those things which you don't know or you are not well in that. You are not familiar with that. Got it? समझ में आ रहा होगा, I think. Okay. One more thing you should be remembering. You should mention your work experience. Work experience and educational qualifications you should mention in a proper hierarchical way. How? You should add your latest experience, or you if you are working in any particular organization, वहाँ सबसे पहले top of that you should add over here. यहाँ add करो, and you can add your past experience below that. Can you see it here? Right? This is my past resume. Don't look at that. I'm not showing you the latest of my latest resume. Okay. See it here. After you attach these things, your experience, if you're not having an experience, that is okay. You can completely ignore this part, because I believe all of your pressure. आप simple यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हो, यहाँ पे आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स को अटैच कर सकते हो. कीप योर प्रोजेक्ट्स इंटैक्ट ओवर हियर. यू कैन मेंशन 3 बेस्ड प्रोजेक्ट. डोंट कीप लाइक मेनी मोर प्रोजेक्ट्स. रिक्रूटर ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होते हैं कि मतलब आपके पांचों प्रोजेक्ट को एनालाइज करें. हाँ, इफ यू आर कीपिंग सम रिलेवेंट प्रोजेक्ट, अगर आपने फुल स्टैक एप्लीकेशन पे काम किया, though I won't suggest you to use like construct any like e-commerce website. This is a kind of like old fashioned. People generally used to like construct clone like e-commerce website के क्लोन करते थे, बनाते थे उनको. अब ऐसा नहीं रहा. राइट? दिस इज गोना बी अ ट्रेंडिंग. अब हम करंट मार्केट सिनारियो की बात करते हैं. द एआई हैज बीन इन्वॉल्वड इन आवर डे टू डे लाइफ, even in development as well, right? Some of you had mentioned that like हम AI के जमाने में जी रहे हैं तो हम क्यों यूज करेंगे, right? So you should add some relevant project. आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट में कोशिश करो AI को इंटीग्रेट कर रहे हो, right? You can use some banking system, right? Traveling type of website if you are constructing, or you can, if you are constructing any particular e-commerce website or the type of e-commerce website, make sure it is going to be a completely different from the entire system, like many more websites which are in current market scenario. Okay, got it. And below that you can simply add education. Keep the education in the same format. Your latest, if you are graduating, you can keep it on the top. Your 12th, your 10th, you can keep it. Though people generally prefer to add 10th marks, because they are going to be judged based on the current education or the degree which they are holding. Got it? I hope at least you have got a clarity on it. Okay. Now you can also mention, if you are a fresher, you can mention like your interest, right? Your hobbies, you can also mention over here. Okay. These things you can keep. They won't mind. Okay. Okay. 3 things which becomes important when you are constructing your resume session. First is the GitHub. Make sure you are providing a proper hyperlink to your GitHub. If you are having any LinkedIn account, make sure. If you are not having any LinkedIn account of yours, you should create one. Keep it professional. Keep it very, very professional. Okay. Can you see? I have attached a simple hyperlink. Can you see it here? Make sure if you are having a LinkedIn account, keep it professional. Can you see the professional photo? Though it is not like completely professional, I have tried to attach it. Okay. And in this particular part, you can mention your time to time आप post कर सकते हो. You can mention over your latest experience over here, right? Correct? Okay. One more thing which is important, that is the portfolio. This will act like the gateway. Once you hit enter, right? Can I say I came from portfolio to resume, and again I'm going back to the portfolio, right? Okay. So let us discuss this particular portfolio system. जब आप portfolio बना रहे होगे, make sure you are following in the same way. Keep it simple. In the navigation bar, you should keep it very, very simple. In the home page, ये simple होगा. The default should be home page. Okay. This particular hero section should be there. Don't keep it too much overloaded. Okay. Second, it should have about section with you. About section में क्या होगा? You should add your brief details. Your brief details with your tech stacks, what your education, क्या experience आप hold कर रहे हो, इसमें mention होना चाहिए. Got it? Okay. One more thing, once you are having the technical about section, you should have the technical skills which you are holding out, right? Skills किस में हो, right? Again, if you are adding these skills in your portfolio, don't mention those skills if you are not familiar with. Okay, मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, don't mention those skills which you are not well versed in, right? Can you see? I've added React, JavaScript, Node.js. Apart from it, I'm very good at Svelte. I've been having like good exposure of Astro.js as well. Okay, but I've not added. I could have added. Okay, कर सकता था, but मैंने अभी रख दिया इसको simple because I've not bothered around such things. Okay. Oh, one more thing. Once you are attached, इसको में ध्यान रखना कि आप मेंशन करो उन चीजों को जिसमें आप बेहतर हो और बहुत अच्छे से आपका नॉलेज है. थर्ड इज द टेक्निकल स्टैक. क्या क्या टेक्निकल स्टैक टेक स्टैक आप कैरी करते हो विथ यू, राइट? यू कैन ऐड इट. कैन यू सी इट? I've added HTML5, CSS. If you're attaching tech stacks, make sure you are attaching the latest one. है ना? Right? Likewise, I have added HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, right? Node.js, MongoDB, right? I have added MySQL as well. You may have seen, uh, 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 you may have, like, you can see because it may be not added. Okay, no, don't worry. So you can see I've added Svelte, MySQL. Yes, MySQL is here. Okay, Astro.js I've also added, right? So these things are very very important. First and the last thing, your projects. ये प्रोजेक्ट ही है आपका गेटवे, क्योंकि आप ज्यादा प्रोजेक्ट मत ऐड करना. मैक्स टू मैक्स अपने पोर्टफोलियो में 5 प्रोजेक्ट ऐड करना. ठीक है ना? कितने? 5 प्रोजेक्ट. लेट मी शो यू 5 projects are attached there. You can see the AI finance tracker which I had built like I believe around a year back. Knowledge Nook, this was my first. I proudly say each and everywhere. This was my first full stack application, and I was the leader. It was a kind of collaboration project. Do you understand what is the term collaboration? You are working in a team, right? Multiple, many people generally contribute for a single project, right? Okay. So okay, you can say this was my first full stack project. After that, I have built so many projects. I don't exactly remember those names. Can you see? Indian flag image validator, right? Documented chat. I have built. So can you see clearly? 2 or 3 things which you see, Jason, that is the documented chat. It's a kind of AI involved things, right? AI involved project which I have built, right? So try to build some projects which you are supposed to use AI in that, right? Okay. If I open any this particular project, this one, let me show you. You can simply upload any PDF file. It will simply processed. It will simply processed. See it. आई होप दिस इज गोना वर्क बिकॉज आई डोंट नो एग्जैक्टली कि क्या ये काम करेगा कि नहीं भी करेगा, बिकॉज मैंने बहुत समय पहले से इसको छुआ नहीं है. ठीक है ना? ओके. सो आई एम वेटिंग अराउंड सम टाइम. यू शुड ऑल्सो वेट. थोड़ा सा वेट कर लो. वी आर गोइंग टू रैप द सेशन. ओके. I built it like in the past and this is gonna work. What was the feature of this particular project? ये प्रोजेक्ट क्या करता था? आप कोई भी पीडीएफ इसको उठा के दे दो, अपलोड कर दो इस पे. इट विल सिंपली फेज द ऑल द डिटेल्स ऑफ द पीडीएफ. इस पीडीएफ के सारे डिटेल्स को वो क्या क्या करेगा? फेज करेगा. विल वेट फॉर सम टाइम. ये क्या है ना कि बहुत पुराना हो गया था. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कुछ हो सकता है कि इसका टोकन एक्सपायर कर गया हो, राइट? राइट. I had integrated, I think Gemini मैंने यूज किया था and I had used Grok's API key. Grox. I hope you may know like आपको कुछ लोगों को पता होगा Grok's API key होता है. Open API keys होते हैं generally used in our projects, right? करते हैं ना? Free versions I had used. We'll wait for some time. Okay. So when you are building, make sure करना कि आपका जो प्रोजेक्ट हो, when you are constructing any, after learning complete full stack, आप प्रोजेक्ट ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट बनाओ जो करंट मार्केट सिनेरियो के बेसिस पे लाइक करें. ओके, गॉट इट? स्टिल इट्स लोडिंग. इफ आई रिफ्रेश इट, ये चला जाएगा. लेट मी डू वन मोर थिंग. लेट मी ओपन दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट. कैन यू सी? दिस वाज माय फर्स्ट फुल स्टैक एप्लीकेशन. मुझे याद नहीं, 2 साल पहले मैंने बनाया था. 2-3 साल हो गया होगा. ठीक है ना? आई डोंट एग्जैक्टली रिमेंबर. कैन यू सी? Can you see? The full stack application is working on a similar way, right? ये डेटा क्या कर रहा है? लोड कर रहा है. The data is being loaded. डेटा लोड हो रहा है ना. बैकएंड से क्या कर रहा है? At the loading time, data is being fetched from the database, right? और उसके बेसिस पे ये पूरा डेटा मुझे दिखाएगा. Can you see? Though these parts are being static, ये कुछ नहीं है, ये static data के part हैं, ये नहीं change होने वाले हैं. Right? Once I refresh the backend image which you are seeing on this application, this may change. What if I say see? Change karega. Can you see? The image has changed because I'd get some 10 or 15 images for this particular application. Okay. and these things were completely dynamic. Can you see the data loaded and the cards? In this particular card, the data has been faced up. Can you see it? Okay, many more things. And I have also added authentication authorization part here, right? And in this session, in this specific session, I have also explained you, right, what is authentication authorization. जब आप पढ़ोगे इसको डिटेल में ना तो बहुत मजा आएगा, सच बता रहा हूँ. अगर आपको लॉजिक्स में यूज करना पसंद है, लिखना पसंद है, आपको लड़ना पसंद है लॉजिक के साथ, तो बहुत मजा आने वाला है. दिस रोड मैप इज गोइंग टू बी अ स्मूथर जर्नी फॉर यू. ये एक स्मूथर जर्नी क्रिएट करेगा. कंप्लीट फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट कोर्स. ओके, सी this was the application, right? Can you see when I uploaded it? So what if I ask any question to it? What if I ask, can you explain about this uploaded PDF? See, once I hit enter the data, can you see the AI itself responded, right? Can you see that this uploaded PDF appears to be resume of Pratik Raj, right? Can you see? So कहीं ना एक अमेजिंग चीज है, मतलब हमारे अंदर की स्किल को और हमें इनहांस करने के लिए मतलब प्रेरित करता है, राइट? इट इन्फोर्सेस यू, राइट, टू डू सच मोर मेनी मोर वंडरफुल थिंग्स with your projects, your day-to-day life, your applications, right? Correct or not? I hope you got it by seeing this particular part. Can you see it? कितना sufficiently है ना ये काम करके दे रहा, right? Correct. Summarize this PDF in one line. अगर मैं बोलूं इसको तो करके देगा. Yes, of course. Can you see one line में this PDF appears to be the resume of Pratik Raj? Can you see instead of giving the each information in detail, right? कुछ भी पूछ सकते हो, right? कुछ भी पूछ सकते हो. How did I do that? मैंने integrate कैसे किया? Because I had a familiarity of using that, right? Correct. So this is the way you should be opting on. I hope this is clear. The complete roadmap you should follow, which I've explained to you. Let me once again summarize the entire thing session. Start learning from the scratch. You are not going to build like there is a I think एक कहावत है, लोग बोलते हैं generally, Rome was not built in a day, right? Do you remember that? The quote, Rome was not built in a day. एक दिन में रोम नहीं बना था, right? It took like years to build the entire city, right? So अगर कोई imagine करता है, अगर आप imagine करते हो to build or construct a complete full stack application, right? You are not supposed to do in one click. नहीं कर सकते हो unless you are having a complete familiarity of all these things, which all tech stack, if I talk in raw terms, right? अगर आपको tech stack का information नहीं हो तो नहीं बना पाओगे, है ना? So this is gonna be a complete simple time. Okay, so I hope I've given you enough information, enough knowledge, right? In between we saw what is the box model, right? Or you also saw event loop mechanism, some of the processes, right? Correct. So now I'm leaving the session to Vishal, and you, if you are having any question regarding the complete roadmap and journey, if you are trying to opt out as a full stack developer, you can drop your questions in the chat box, or you can, if you are having the leverage of unmuting yourself and responding, asking questions, you can ask. Okay. Over to you, Vishal.
Yes. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you everyone for such an insightful session. And with that, we come to the end of the today's session. And special thanks to you, sir, for sharing your experience, your knowledge, and helping students to understand the full stack developer roadmap. And that's all from my side here. Have a wonderful day ahead. See you soon in the next session. Until then, keep learning, keep building, keep growing as it is.
Okay. Bye, students. Hope we are going to meet on the other side sooner. Okay. Thanks, Vishal. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.